Let's do for Novo Nordisk as well. I don't think you could triple the price of Mounjaro. It's pretty unaffordable as it is. I think Liquidia already went to the moon. I don't think there's more moon for Liquidia. It's mooned, my friend. How are you going to compete against Zuckerberg? Well, a lot of software companies compete against Zuckerberg. There's a new one called OpenAI you may have heard of. They've been doing pretty well. Let me see, what else? My friend that runs a company called Perplexity, he's got a new billion-dollar company. Proud of him. There's another couple of software companies I know that were started less than 2 years old and now are billion-dollar companies. Our company isn't a billion yet, but I think it will be soon. So hopefully that clears that up. All right, so these are in Danish kroner, or krone, I should say. So the krone is quite a lot more than the dollar. It takes a lot of, well, it takes a lot of krones to be a dollar. So we have some good data here. I'm glad you like Perplexity. My friend would be very happy to hear that. It's a great time to have a software company. Yeah, I don't want to keep it at $7 the whole time, but for Danish kroner, or Danish krone. I keep saying kroner. That's not their currency. All right, this is an old Novo Nordisk earnings report. Just looking in the back, they usually have this section here. Found it. All right, total GLP-1. That's not helpful to me. I need the Ozempic number. Come on, guys. Here it is. Well, kind of. This makes me very sad. All right, Ozempic. That's my colleague leaving. What prank should I play on him when he gets back? What do you guys think? Any good pranks? Yes, this is 4365. We need to go back to Q3. Let's add that to our list. Oops. Should be here. Okay, so these are in krone, so we have to divide all of these. I don't use Gemini. I don't think anybody uses Gemini. Hopefully you don't use Gemini. Okay, what am I doing here? Well, I should just take these and paste them here. No, there's no real automated way of doing this, or I would do it. Right, so I have Wegovy here too. So Wegovy, did Wegovy start at 1.4 billion? Or 1.4 billion kroner at least? Maybe. Let's see when it got it. When did it get approval? That's why you make one of these, right? Wegovy, yeah. Got approval. Must have been selling in Europe or something. I don't know. GLPs have not had a slow adoption curve, I'll tell you that. Did I make a typo? I did. There we go. All right, Victoza. This was the big GLP previously. And then Ribelsis wasn't out yet. And then Ozempic was 2325. And Saxenda was still kind of new. And then there was the rest. Cool. Our company's got a bunch of different software products. We have like 3 main products. We have a financial information product called 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗙. You can check that out at 𝗥𝗘𝗓𝗠𝗏.com. Let me see. Here it is. Our goal here is to make a much better, more exciting Bloomberg terminal. Market's closed right now with every country and all that, but more modern tools than Bloomberg. Bloomberg's tools aren't that great, to be honest, and they're really built for a market that is long past us. Today's stock market is about computer programming and trading very quickly with automated programs. It's not really about old school financial analysis. Those days are kind of over on Wall Street, in my opinion. So we're going to try to make a terminal that has everything Bloomberg has, but also then can kind of have a lot of great extra stuff. We have an AI doctor called Dr. Gupta, which is about to get a nice new upgrade soon. We have a text-to-speech business called Neats.ai.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
This is what that looks like.
Vuelvo a casa, a mi amada tierra, la que vio nacer mi corazón aquí.
𝗥𝗡𝗢𝗢𝗏, 𝗙𝗏𝗢𝗏𝗘𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏
handsome man? What does this even say? I'm Albanian and I don't know. Translate. Oh, is this from the national anthem? Got it. All right, so Ozempic here was in its like big growth curve. And you can see it has not stopped. Like, look how crazy that is. 1 billion, 2 billion, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 20. These are in Danish krones. Keep that in mind. Still enormous for quarterly numbers. All right, Saxenda. That's just one GLP. They have others. All right, we're almost done catching up with Novo Nordisk. The Danish, the kings of Denmark. Okay, I made some mistake here somewhere. What I do? Don't make no sense. Okay, the formula's off. There we go. Cool. Maybe 1 or 2 more quarters, but again, it's breathtaking to behold the success of Novo Nordisk. I think like most of the success of the company is most of Denmark is like yeah. So we're looking at a class of drugs called GLP-1s, which are very interesting to investors out there because they are the main drugs behind Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk's success. Hopefully that helps explain what I'm doing for the people who don't know. And when we look at medicine or any investment, we're trying to get a sense for what it's all about. So we want to read, we want to maybe make some spreadsheets, start thinking about, okay, well, what does all this mean? Notice how they had different reporting back then. It looks like FIASP and Rhizodeg and Zutolfi were not being reported. So those were maybe brand new back then. I think. Oh, they had pre-mixed insulin. No. Oh, I see. They had pre-mixed minus this. Oh, this is annoying. I think I understand what I'm doing here. I think. Okay. Well, whatever. And then fast acting. Okay. I think I did fast acting. No. 6. Nice and confusing, but we did it. All right. Victoza 6115 and Ozempic. This might have been Ozempic's first quarter. And we'll stop as soon as we get like Ozempic's first quarter. Okay, hemophilia. It's funny how Novo Nordisk is like 90% type 1, type 2 diabetes, and then like 10% hemophilia. And growth hormone, I guess. Nordatropin from way back when. All right. What's left? Q2. I have these two backwards. Or maybe I have these two kind of backwards. Okay, that looks maybe more right. I don't know. Oh no, I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. But as long as it all adds up, I'm happy, because I don't really care about the insulins. I care about the GLPs. So basically the question we're asking, and I know maybe you've been watching for a few hours, and but basically the question is, will the whole world take GLP-1 agonists or not? Will every one of us basically at some point take these medicines? Okay, I'm still missing one piece here somewhere. Insulin 15215, that's correct. These two, and then other diabetes care. Okay, I think that's a Ozempic. They kind of have all this other in there, so I don't think it's all Ozempic. That's annoying. I see. Okay, I think I'll accept that. There's just a tiny number there, I guess. There's a super small amount of Ozempic that creeps in, but the rest is all correct. And I need the most recent quarters too. But let's leave it at that, because we've been at this a while. Okay. Should I get the new ones? Yeah, maybe I'll get the new ones before I do all the calculations. And all these models are on my GitHub, so I'm gonna do a commit and push as soon as I'm done here. This company's had the same financial statement, like template, for, I want to say 15, 18 years, since I remember. I don't even think they changed the font. Okay. They put the GLPs at the top now. Ozempic. 22 billion. Jesus Christ. That's like all the money in Denmark. Victoza, 1836. Victoza is basically gone. Ribelsis, Wegovy. I don't know how they allowed that name, Wegovy. It's like too promotional. Yugo? Wegovy. I bet you that's their actual commercial. Everyone's wondering about, like, why is insulin so expensive? Well, all of these insulins, just for all you noobs in the audience, and I know, and all you haters, especially you, these are new insulins that were created by scientists. And this is human recombinant insulin, which was still created by scientists, but 50 years ago. Most people take these new insulins that are like advanced and fancy and more expensive. The old human insulins nobody wants because it kind of sucks. You gain a lot of weight, there's a lot of side effects, So when everyone says, like, why is insulin expensive? Well, this insulin is not expensive, but nobody uses it anymore anyway. It's these new insulins that are expensive because, well, they're new technology. So hope you understand that. GLP story. Wegovy 7518. Wow. Saxenda 2788. Okay, so total diabetes and oral diabetes. No, obesity and diabetes, 50 billion. Again, just like breathtaking number. Okay, Novo 7. Hemophilia A. Hemophilia B. Other rare diseases and rare endocrine. And then this right? No. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. Looks like I made some typo somewhere, though. Sometimes Excel actually doesn't calculate the formulas on a delayed basis or some other thing. Like if you have to tab out of it, it's really bad. We need a new Excel, actually, for just financial professionals. Excel's like tried to grow outside of like just being for finance, and that's kind of annoying, to be honest. We're gonna challenge Microsoft. Challenge you. It's not wise to challenge Microsoft. They generally win. Not always. All right. Let's go Ozempic now to 23 billion Danish kroners, which is what, 3 billion? Yeah. 3.5 billion? Crazy. In 1 quarter. I remember being interested in the stock like 15 years ago, and all they had was basically these obesity products and diabetes products. Obesity was an afterthought, actually. Now Novo Nordisk is, what, bigger than Pfizer, I think. It was like, people used to laugh at them. Oh, those are insulin guys, right? Oh, yeah. How do they only do one thing? That's crazy. Novo Nordisk out here trying to get people to get fat. They're like, yeah, eat that cake. Yeah, let's go. They're responsible for all the fat in the world. They're working with the Rothschilds. They're putting stuff into the water. Alex Jones is helping. You don't believe me? It's true. Okay. See what I mean? Like, it was at some other number, and then I had to actually press F2 to activate it. Freaking Excel. All right, so did Novo report Q4? Yes. Q1 is not out yet. Q1 will be out soon. Earnings season's coming, boys and girls. All right, so this is the most recent Novo Nordisk quarterly report. Look at this revenue, man. 31% growth. It's like they're a young startup. This is one of the biggest companies in the world, growing revenue 36%. And look at the guy's name. Look how many letters this is. Look how elite that is. Lars Fjorgard Jorgensen. That's a name. All right. Ozempic, 30 billion. Oof. Look at that jump, too. From 23 to 30. Look how crazy that is. 16, 17, 19, or 20, I should say. 22, 24, 30. That's like just very unpredictably amazing. And divide that by 7 to get the USD. That's $4 billion. Wow. Whew. What a medicine. How many fat people are there in America? They're all in this medicine. Who's left? We're going to do the statistics on that soon. Looks like most of the business is in America. 23 out of 30. 28 out of 38. %75% in the US. Europeans won't pay for this medicine. That's right, Shkreli. Never. We'd rather be fat. We're not fat in the first place. The Germans especially, man. The Germans. So the question is, like, when will supply equal demand, and then will there be a price war? And I think that's an interesting question. I don't actually think there will be a price war. All right, so there's Novo Nordisk. All right, let's pull all these drugs together. Victoza, oops, Rybelsus. Well, actually, I want them from their beginnings. So let's start with Ozempic. It's the oldest one, right? Yeah. What a beast. It's morbidly a beast. Okay, put that in the wrong spot, of course. And then we're going to do an actual calendar version of this. So we're going to go back to, I don't know, Q1. Let's go back really far. What do you think? Should we go in reverse order? I almost never do it that way, but we could do that. So let's do Q4 23, Q3 23, Q2 23, and Q1 23. And then we'll do it like going backwards in years. Let's see if Excel collaborates with me. All right. Looks good, right? You can actually see it. Yeah, cool. Got to go back, way back. Okay. And so now what we'll do is we'll like transpose, I guess. So let's go back for Ozempic was Q3 18. And again, this was in Danish, so we're just going to grab Ozempic from here. Q3 18. Oh, and then we have to transpose, right? Q3 18. And we need to basically make it go backwards. There should be an Excel command for this, but I'm going to do it the cheesy way. Is there a reverse command? Let's see. Cut, paste special, paste special, paste special. Is there a window? I think there's a reverse button somewhere. Maybe not so much with Mac Excel. Mac Excel is a little different from Windows Excel. Okay, hold on. Paste special. See, it says transpose, but it doesn't have a reverse. Transpose is better than a reverse, I guess. Or better than nothing. So I can kind of do this quickly like this. It's kind of a little silly, but maybe if I transpose it again. Just keep going 90 degrees. How do you reverse a list? Ancient programming question will not be answered today. Okay, cool. So we got Ozempic. Let's get the others. All right, so last quarter, just between Ozempic and Trulicity, it was a $7 billion market for the quarter. Jesus. Now we haven't even added Mounjaro, which is a beast. Let's add that. Let's start with this number. We only have to reverse a couple numbers this time, thankfully. Let's just copy these down here. Again, still don't have Wegovy, Saxenda, or Zepbound. Zepbound just had 1 quarter though, so not that big of a deal. Almost $10 billion in revenue from these 5 drugs in 1 quarter, mostly from the US. So how many people are on these drugs? Let's just do like a quick. So annually, that's 36 billion. And the annual cost of these medicines is what? What would you say? $5,000 roughly? 7 million people on Ozempic. 5.5 in America. Yeah, medical school is definitely just memorizing. I would agree, unless you're a surgeon. Let's see, distribution of weight in the United States. I don't want average, I need the distribution. This is what I needed. Okay, this is just children and adolescents, which don't really count. They're not taking Ozempic. Here my Ozempic people. when you get older, you don't really care about being fat, right? I'm just kidding. More, but you care. I don't know. I think you care more when you're younger. All race and Hispanic origin groups. Okay. All right, so let's see. The mean weight in kilos, right? What the hell is a kilo anyway? You guys know? I don't know. Whatever this kilogram is. So 74, 9, 79, 3, 88. The fattest age is my age. And then it kind of goes down. All right. So the 5th percentile. I'm going to convert these to pounds. What is it, 2.2? All right, so I'm just going to do the 5th percentile maybe, and the 95th percentile. Maybe 5th, 10th, 90th, and 95th. That might get, maybe we should do them all. I don't know. Maybe we should just copy and paste this whole thing. It takes 2 seconds. Okay, 107 kilos. Holy, you care about this end of the curve. No pun intended. Okay. Are these men and women? No, these are just women. Yo. Pounds. This is what I wanted. 280? Holy. You get, like, living in the coast, maybe you get, like, you don't see the same kind of, I don't know, maybe you don't get exposed to this. I'm glad I'm still, like, somewhat underweight here. Where am I? I'm in the, like, between 15th and, like, 165 right now. Can you believe I'm in the, like, 20th percentile? I don't know. I feel like I'm fat. I'm not 293 pounds. Okay, let's go to 50th percentile. All right, now I'll go to 75th percentile, 200 pounds. Okay, so basically, the way I read this is that 25% of American males weigh 225 or above. Right, that's 225 is the 75th percentile. So basically they weigh more than that. They weigh at least 225. And then 15% weigh at least 244, which is like squarely in the Ozempic range. I mean, these guys are not football players, so this is the average flabby American. $263. 10% of America's 263 or more. And then the top 5%, 287 or more. Whew. We got an offensive lineman here. Okay, so what percent? How about the age distribution, I guess is what I'm asking. USA age distribution. Okay, this doesn't give me exactly what I'm looking for, but it looks like 18% are 0 to 14. So it's I need 0 to 20. So that cohort's maybe 25%.